Let's get this out of the way first. This is a great, solid movie. It's hard for me to know where to start: the music, the color palette, or the characters, or the story, or the messages. But I think the best place to start is Poe. He's a great character. He's humble, he's not too cocky, he's actually just legitimately a fan. Him and Shifu work really well. I think that's when the movie does a great job of showing its message. It's about improving yourself, not trying to be someone else. This is highlighted very well after the end battle where Poe walks out of the dust wearing a hat and a cape just like at the beginning of the movie, but it's actually just a pan and an apron. He fulfilled his dream with the skills and tools he already had. And then there's the next great character to talk about, and that's his dad, Mr. Ping. At the beginning he seems like a very stereotypical capitalist businessman, but he actually does care for his son Poe. Sadly, he didn't get the most screen time, but in the next movies he would get a lot more screen time, which I really like. But in this movie, his restaurant is just showing like the situation Poe doesn't want to get back to when he becomes the Dragon Warrior. Though Mr. Ping does actually get some of the wisest words out of the movie, even better than, or actually just the exact same as what Master Oogway was trying to say when Mr. Ping said there is no secret ingredient, because really there's no one thing that's going to make you great, just like the scroll had. And I do love that Mr. Ping embraces his son after the final fight. Oh, and there's one thing about that fight I would like to mention before I move on. Earlier in the movie, Mantis is trying to perform acupuncture on Poe the Panda, but can't find the right nerves because of his fat or something. And actually later in the movie, when Tai Long tries to use his nerve attack on Poe, it doesn't work at all. And I thought that was just a really nice detail. This movie also brought in one of my favorite characters ever, Master Oogway. He's such a wise tortoise, but he's also just very funny too. His quotes are very memorable, and so is his last conversation with Master Shifu as they both talk about control. And really, I think with this argument they're having, they are both right. Shifu is right, there are some things in our control, but Oogway is right when it says big things, and there's just a lot of things that we can't control. And Oogway going away was definitely very sad, and great character moment for both of them, including Shifu, who now had to go on his own, but now knowing how he could train Poe. I love Shifu, and I love his arc in this movie, how he goes from pessimistic and mad all the time to more lighthearted and at peace with himself after he finally forgives himself for Tai Long and training Poe. This movie does a great job at earning its most important moments and telling its messages. I also really love how, even though, kids movie technically, has great action scenes, and this is what I don't think enough kids movies have, are just incredibly well done action scenes. The choreography and the lighting, it's all perfect in this movie. Also, the music by Hans Zimmer and John Powell is some of the best I've ever heard, and this movie, is just great, and I would suggest everybody has to watch it at some point. Well, that's all I got for today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.